From the home of the Pirates, we're at beautiful PNC Park. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Cincinnati Reds going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound for Pittsburgh in this one, Bubba Chandler. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
TJ Friedl, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. The Reds off to a hot start this season, playing very well in the early going.
Yeah, you mentioned how well they played, Boog, and I think it's a sign of things to come. You don't win as frequently as they have by accident.
It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges. Struck him out swinging. The high heat too much on that one. Here's the lineup for the Reds. And we check out the guy in the 7th spot, Will Benson.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
That one misses, and it's 1-0. McLain, in his 4th year, batting second in today's lineup. He's been scoring a lot of runs lately. He scored 9 times in the last 10 games. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
Just getting started here in Pittsburgh.
Ball.
Next pitch is inside, and that's ball 3.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Digging in, Elly De La Cruz. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Now a quick throw to first. McLain back in on a dive. Here's a 1-1. Runner takes off, pitches low. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Pretty impressive from the 3-hole hitter. Picks up the single, then swipes second to get into scoring position. Now, that's not going to show up on the slugging percentage very much, but it works the same way for the team. Let's see if they can drive him in now.
Man at second. Pitch misses. 3 balls and a strike.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Got him. That's the second out.
Now, when you follow up a triple-digit fastball with a nasty changeup, pretty much every time the hitter's going to be in trouble. That was the plan. Get him to sit dead red on the fastball and then just make it look foolish with the off-speed stuff.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Having a nice season in the power categories. 8th in the National League in home runs as of today. Pitch misses, and it's 1-1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Splits the plate, and the count 1-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that. Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And that one is downstairs. And now it's 3-2. Nathaniel Lowe in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Man on second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
Two on, 2 outs. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two 2-0 the count. Here it comes. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls. Spencer Steer in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. 2 aboard, 2 outs. That's ripped into the outfield. Can't reach it. This should score at least 1. In comes the run from second. The relay throw, but he's in there easily.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So 2 on with 2 away. Spencer Steer now at the plate.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got 1 run in, you got to try to get another 1 or maybe 2. It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in. He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
That's not the first time they've watched a fastball zip by for a strike. I don't know if they're taking intentionally in those spots, but I'd like to see him more aggressive with those pitches.
Line to right, base hit. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Benson launched a homer in his most recent game. And takes low for ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Lowe on third. Steer at first. 2 out of the inning. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Ball, that's low.
Two down. Laser base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
First and second, 2 outs. Jose Trevino, the next to hit for the Reds. So 40 pitches already, still just in the first inning. Outside with a breaking ball. That one finds the zone. Now 1-2. Just off the inside edge. Brian Hayes on deck for Cincinnati. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good job at damage control right there. 3 runs for them here, and they move ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Reds 3 and the Pirates nothing. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Pittsburgh, on the hill for the Reds, Andrew Abbott. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, Boog, something of interest to me is that this guy's really struggled when working out of the stretch, pitching with runners in scoring position. So the key for him is to attack hitters, try to get ahead in the count, and limit allowing runners on base. And if he can do that, I think that will help him to avoid those situations. Now, at some point, he's going to have to deal with them. And I think it's just one of those mental things that he's going to have to overcome.
Ozuna wrapped out 4 hits in his last game. tap back to the mound. Gets it to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Pirates lineup now. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Jake Mangum.
Boog, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
That one to first, into the outfield, base hit. And that's a one-out single.
Batting third, catcher.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Joey Bart up here.
Hey!
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fights it off. He'll see another. Man at first, one away. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. Way back there, and gone! A two-run homer, and they cut into the deficit.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like he was going to bend foul, was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Hey!
The 0-1.
That's a ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's two away.
The shortstop, Nick
2 outs, base is empty. Nick Gonzalez, the next Pirate to hit. This to third, Hayes. Slings to first, and that is that. Cannonball coming. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Screw up your face 'cause the baseline darker. Bounce on the beat right farther. Back here at PNC Park. In now for the Reds, Bryan Hayes. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire, very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
That one in triple digits. Battling here as he fouls it away. That's off the inside corner. 3-2 now. Stays alive. And a payoff pitch. Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Already activity in the bullpen here in just the second inning. A lefty up and throwing out there. That one fouled off. Here's the 0-2.
Ball.
And they'll do it again. Look out!
First base.
And it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. So a man at first. Now here is Matt McLain. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Quick move to first, and he's back in safely. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Looks like the base runner had a pretty good feel on the pitcher's move. After that pick over, seemed to settle in, and he took off right away. Nice job of stealing second right there.
Man at second. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. In the dirt. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Look, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Ball 1.
Man on second, 2 down. That one finds the corner, and the count even at 1. Base hit, center field. Headed for the plate. Plays it on a bounce, and it deflects away. And they lead by 2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
2 outs, runner at first. Now here is Eugenio Suarez. Elly on the move. And that one fouled off. Quick toss to first, and he's back in easily. Runner on the go again. Pitch in for a strike. Save. De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Bubba Chandler out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now
here's a new pitcher from the pen, Hunter Barco.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. This one in the air, center field. Cruz moving under it, and that is that. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Reds 5 and the Pirates 2. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Jake Mangum.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Got him. Now 1 away.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Swing and a ball popped up. McLain in position. That's out number 2.
Batting 8th, second baseman
Spencer Horwitz digs in now.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
That one ripped but foul. Ground ball up the middle. De La Cruz. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. It's the Reds 5 and the Pirates 2. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, We take a look at those numbers.
Gotta win it all like we supposed to. Dominate the game like we supposed to. I'm just staying in my lane and I'm supposed to. Be 100 ain't a thing. I ain't checking for no lames. Only gang with the dudes that I'm close to. I don't ride a wave, I just float through. Drawing up the plays like a coach do.
Ball one, no strikes.
Well, these Reds really producing with runners on. It's been a right place, right time kind of game for them. They're getting hits when it matters most and converting base runners into runs. They've got 5 hits with runners in scoring position.
That one finds the corner. That's strike 2.
One of the most frustrating things for an offense is leaving runners on base. So the big hits they've gotten in this one have made a very happy group of hitters down there.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
On the ground to the left, and that one finds its way through. And a man aboard.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Here's Jose Trevino. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Ball.
Benson stands at first with 1 out.
Hey!
Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. Swing and a foul out of play.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Out towards right center field. Cruz gets under it. And there are 2 down.
Up next for Cincinnati, third baseman, Brian Hayes.
On the ground to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
If he would have had just a little quicker release going up the middle, he's maybe able to get that out right there. And that's the kind of play that defines the best shortstops between just the average ones.
First and second, 2 outs. TJ Friedl, the next to hit for the Reds. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
First and second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Check on the runner, and he's back in there. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. And that is that. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get them home. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Reds 5 and the Pirates 2. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. On the ground to first, and he can't come up with it, but he wins the foot race to first. Good job of knowing how much time he had there.
Designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Over to Lowe. And two straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
First baseman,
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Singled and scored his first time.
Hey!
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Two down, nobody on. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Hit in the air, center field. And that's the third out. Nothing across here this half. On to inning number 4. It's the Reds 5 and the Pirates 2. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Matt McLain.
Off the chain, off the hook. Go to work, baby, cook. Just be great, keep them shook. Make them watch, make them look. Let them know you the one. Still in light like a crook. Hottest under the sun. Make them watch, make them look.
Ball. Hey!
That
Ball, that's
misses.
outside.
Ball 2. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swing and a miss. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair.
Really tight bite on that slider and just couldn't get the barrel to it out front. You've got to try to pull those hands tight to the body to get it through. And I'm thinking he probably wanted that pitch to end up even more inside to keep it out of the danger zone. But it had enough late break and deception to get the job done.
Close, but call the ball. Ball 1.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Inside. Ball 3. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
3-2. Payoff pitch. On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first.
Safe, he's good.
Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him.
That was going to be a tough play with the speed going down the line and the ball not hit very hard, but I think a clean play still gets him. He might have tried to rush to get that throw off, knowing he didn't have much time to work with.
And Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. De La Cruz, the base runner at first with one out. Elly on his way to second. Ball outside. Save. That's 2 stolen bases now for Elly De La Show.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get that jump there, and if the catcher's great, he can make up the time, but if you've got good speed, he's not going to make it up.
That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Man at second. Pitch misses there, and now it's 3-2. And ball 4 to a board.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
First and second, one out. Nathaniel Lowe up to hit.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Two on, one out. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. 2 away now.
Up next for Cincinnati, left fielder Spencer Horwitz.
This ball's chopped to the ground. Flips it. Pretty nice play there.
Got him. That's an out.
Reds strand a couple. They're still out in front 5-2. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the Pirates catcher now, Joey Bart.
Lots of players perform better at home, and this batter is no exception. Might be the crowd or the familiar surroundings, but he's typically better in this environment. You know, these Pirates, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Fights it off. He'll see another. That's a base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And that one fouled off. Late on that fastball.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
0-2 now. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Pirates, the shortstop.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. One out man at first. Stepping in, Nick Gonzalez. And that's in there for strike one. Swings through that one out in front that time. This one driven deep center field on its way. Home run. And they cut into the deficit. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The rest of the lineup could learn a thing or two from this at-bat right here. He's been patient, and now he's in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count.
Check swing called strike. That's strike one. And that one is inside. The Buccos trailing by a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And now it's filled up. Lifted in the air, right center field. Benson coming on. He's got it. Out number 2.
Up next for the Pirates.
And now Jared Triolo. He's 0 for 1. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Two down, nobody on. And that one hammered. And a foul ball. 0-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Another look at this two-run homer for Pittsburgh. On to the top of the fifth we go. You're watching Pirates baseball on the show Pittsburgh. Back here in Pittsburgh, new inning getting started.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back. Well, these Reds really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
And that drops in for a strike. Inside, just missed. Fastball for a strike. 3-2 now.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And that one ripped to left. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Jose Trevino getting ready to hit.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Fastball for a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Struck him out looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Mangum under this one. And there's 2 down.
Up next for Cincinnati, center fielder TJ Friedl.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. TJ Friedl will hit next.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
0-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Benson off of first with 2 away. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Popped up. Triolo settles under this one. brings it in. And that is that. Reds leave one as they hold on to a 5-4 lead.
This sound like Stevie put ribbons in the sky, put them high, shatter glass ceiling, sprinkle piece of the pie. All rise, all lies, vehemently scrutinized. Wasn't meant to survive, but we stand in the thrive.
Back here at PNC Park, leading off, Spencer Horwitz.
Hey!
And Elliot 1. Line drive, that's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Fastball the inside corner for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
The flip, there's one on to first, safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Designated hitter, Marcell.
One out man at first. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Has grounded out a couple of times. Step off, throw to first.
He's safe.
And he just got his hand in there. Runner on the go. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left. What he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Next offering misses, and a count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the inning. They get a leadoff single, but leave him stranded. We're through 5. It's the Reds 5 and the Buccos 4. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Pittsburgh, close game here and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Isaac Matson on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, the ERA tells you pretty much all you need to know. Under 1. He's been fantastic coming out of the pen.
Well, one-run game. Now the number 2 hitter, Matt McLain. Here comes the 0-1. That clips the corner.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. There's a swing and a drive. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play.
Just a great job of concentration there as he leaves the ground to go airborne to make a diving catch. That's a tough play, but he got the job done.
Here's your 1. And there's the ball.
Ball 2.
On the ground to the left. And it's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for Cincinnati, the designated hitter.
Next for Cincinnati, Eugenio Suarez.
Hey.
Oh, 1 down. There goes Elly. Pitching for a strike. Safe. Make it 3 stolen bases for the cover star, Elly De La Cruz. Man at second. That one 95 to finish him off.
Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're at the top half of the 6th. To third. Sends it to first. That ends the frame. So 1 left for Cincinnati. They lead at 5-4. Back here in Pittsburgh, here's the Pirates catcher now, Joey Bart. Fastball for a strike. Bart thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. The lefty to 1-0. This is smacked left field line. And that one hops the wall. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
A free pass coming with nobody out and a runner at second. Looks like they're shooting for the double play. First and second, no outs. Nick Gonzalez, the next Pirate to hit.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And the infield fly is called.
Up next for the Pirates, left fielder, Jake Mangum.
Fought off foul. One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. In the air, right field, Benson moving in on this one. Makes the grab, and there's two out.
Up next for the Pirates, third baseman,
Now the third baseman, Jared Triolo. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
Late swing, fouled off. Two on, two outs. Late swing, fouled off. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, needed a big strikeout to get out of danger. Turned to the deception of that changeup. Great execution. Really sold it with the arm speed. Had his opponent way out on that front foot.
I'm in the field, I'm in the lead, gassed up and you running off E. Rock tall cause you standing on stilts, elevated cause the rock that I'm on, celebrated cause it's up and we gone.
Back here at PNC Park, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Right through there for a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Gregory Soto, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Montgomery warming up as well. The 0-1. And fires in a fastball at 95. Matson measures 6 feet 2 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Here's a 1-2. Jackknifes out of the way. Two. Inside, backs him off again. Payoff pitch. And that one hit to first. O'Hearn takes it to the bag, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
The 0-1. In there at the knees.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. He'll take a jog around the bases. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-4. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. He got on plane with that high fastball, and look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
Next to hit, Jose Trevino. 0 for 3 in this one. And the 0-1.
That's a ball. Ball 2.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Got him looking for the K. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Yohan Ramirez gets handed the rock out of the pen.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
All one. Hey.
Two down, nobody on. Liner snagged at first. The Reds rolling after this solo shot. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brock Burke.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's the second baseman, Spencer Horwitz. 1 for 2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Pirates, center fielder, Oneil Cruz.
The tying run at the plate. And that one fouled off. Up the middle and a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
High leverage spot coming up for the big bat of Marcell Ozuna.
And still looking for that hit to keep this streak going, and this might be his last shot at it, Boo.
Line drive, base hit. Runner around third. Plays the plate, and they cut him down.
That really hurts right there. This is no time to gamble. When you're down in the ball game, you've got to be sure if you're going to advance a runner or even try to score right there that you're going to be safe. Just a poor decision.
Two on, one out.
With a lay off that pitch down. He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Fouled off. He was late. 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Two aboard, 2 outs. Joey Bart, the next Pirate to hit.
Hey!
The 0-1.
Ball.
The Reds trying to protect a 2-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Ground ball left side, down the line, and it's foul.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
2 on, 2 outs. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know that I got it.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
This game fits in your pocket, guaranteed to watch. You know that I got it. Came through stunting with the moves you ain't never seen. Handle so dirty, jump.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
TJ Friedl.
Hold up, wait a minute, we all just need a minute. The party been started, we all just need to finish. If I buy a chain, I'm doing it by myself. And I'ma get a pennant that say I'm independent. I'm a big man. You couldn't kick it with me even with a kickstand. Oh, you got big ideas? Well, I got a big plan. And I only take it up with the big man.
Action in the pen down there. Carmen Majinski, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Nicholas also throwing. Splits the plate. That is strike 2. Back foot slider struck him out.
Way out front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Oh, 1 now. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Chopper to second. On to O'Hearn. Out number 3. Nobody left for Cincinnati. They're up 6-4. New pitcher now, Caleb Ferguson. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Bryan Reynolds here. A walk and a pair of strikeouts.
You know, these Pirates doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity. Nearly half have been traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a key out leading off the bottom of the 8th.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
That's to third, Hayes. To first, and there are 2 outs.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Jake Mangum, 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Fly ball down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 0-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That is the inning. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. They trail it here 6-4. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Kyle Nicholas.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Cincinnati, the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez.
Aye.
The 0-1. Softly hit to third. Triolo throws to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Up next for Cincinnati, first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
Running that good fastball up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, keeps him from diving out over the plate to get those arms extended on the pitch away.
So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. And the 1-0. Popped in the air, left field. Mangum settles underneath it, 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for Cincinnati, left fielder
Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. Swing and a ball popped up. Gonzalez under it. And that is that. Reds down in order. They still lead it though, 6-4.
Now pitching for
Back
Cincinnati.
now, and on the mound, the closer, Emilio Pagan.
Well, he blew a save opportunity his last time out, and I'm sure that's at least in the back of his mind. So this is a good chance at some redemption here.
Leading off for the Pirates, third baseman, Jared Triolo.
Hey! Foul ball there. And the 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
One down, base is empty here in the ninth. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. Sets him down looking. Now only 1 out remaining.
No, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated, and then this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Cruz in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
One strike away. Cut on and miss, struck him out, and that's the ball game.
The number 7 is such a cool and sort of lucky number. Well, this team has been playing really well, but to win 7 games in a row, there's been some luck and there's been some really good play. I think you get to this point, you start to look at, can we double that? Make it double digits, make it 2 touchdowns, make it 14.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Friend took a girl from the podium. Other guys in here, high sodium. It's a lonely man, things ain't going as planned, but it's a real life. Look, I protect my neck with necklace. She protect, I rock her nexus. I forget that we got exes. Seem like we Q and S.